Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Welcome to Age Capture Live. I'm your host, Harry Bridgeforth, and I have with me a very special guest, good friend, stunt actor, Mr. David Chen. What's going on, sir?
Good. How you doing, man?
Good. Long time no see. I see you everywhere on TV. But a long time. We've had some projects that we worked on together, so that was that's pretty cool to see you're expanding. And then I noticed you on like Luke Cage. You've been on a whole bunch of Fox shows, Law and Order. So you basically did everything. So we're gonna
did Law and Order today.
Oh, that's what's up. That's what's up. Law and Order. Yep. So we're gonna pick your mind a little bit about. It's the first stuntman that I've had on the show. So for the fans, it's a good take to see. How David started with stunt and then transitioned into acting, and then he also does directing, does a little bit of everything. So we're gonna pick his brain a little bit. So we're gonna do the 5 questions, and we're gonna go into the shotgun questions, and then we're gonna do a closure, and then we'll be good to go. All right. So we're gonna go right into it. How did you get into acting and stunts?
I always wanted to be an actor when I was younger.
Mm-hmm.
I was always into I grew up in the 80s, so all the 80s action movies and stuff like that. I remember watching The Last Dragon.
Here we go.
So that was like one of the ones that was just like movies stuck in your head, and I wanted to do it. So I tried it when I was 17. My mom signed me up for through some talent agency that was like one of those ones where you pay them. I got in a movie. Called Music of the Heart. I was movie background, but I had got a bump into a day player, but the agency kind of just left, so I didn't know what to do. I didn't, so in between, I was a bounty hunter and private investigator for about 12, 13 years, and then once my oldest daughter was born, I was like, I'm trying to get back in this acting thing, and I just, the bug came back, and I just pursued it, so I got back in the background. In the background, I saw some stunt guys on Gotham.
Okay. Yeah, that's another show. Yep, you've been on Gotham. I remember that.
Yeah, and I'm like, I can do that. So I asked the guy, and he told me, he was on I forgot the name of the website, but I joined a website with the clip that I had from a independent Mortal Kombat fan film we did.
Okay.
And I got hired based off.
Okay.
And I just, kept doing it and learning different skills and using skills that I've known and sharpening those and to now.
That's what's up. So for some of the people that don't know, you're ex-military too, right?
Something like that, yeah.
Something like that.
Something like that.
So that comes in. You can. The reason why I bring that up is because with stunt work, there's a lot of combative stuff usually, and a lot of things that you're putting your body through stuff. So having that discipline, having that skill set, that actually, do you think that helped you with doing the stunts and acting?
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, with the discipline, of course.
Yeah.
You got to be able to take direction. Because if you can't take direction as a stuntman, you can hurt yourself and definitely hurt someone else, or possibly get somebody else killed. So if you can't follow directions, and you can't say you do something that you have no idea what you're doing. So you can't say, "Oh, I'm a tricker." All you know how to do is a backflip.
Yeah,
that's not a tricker. You just flip. You know what I'm saying? So if you go in there as most coordinators hire you knowing what you can and can't do.
Okay.
Unless you surprise them and do something else or learn something else.
Is there a lot of training that is explain to the audience in terms of what do you have to do for your training? Is it just the physicality? Is it a certain school that you have to learn? What are the steps to becoming a stuntman, or is it just you kind of get into it and kind of work from there?
Everyone's different. So there's a lot of guys who are, a lot of my friends in this business are trickers. Skateboarders, they do a lot. So perfect example, one of my boys today, Muhammad Ali. That's his real name, Muhammad Ali. That's his real name. I guess you could say he's a tricker, but he can do pretty much a little bit of everything. He's very light on his feet. So there's guys but they come from a whole group of guys from Philly that used to go out and ride skateboards and BMX and motorcycles and all that stuff together. So they, they kind of stuck with each other and they got in and helped themselves get in.
Okay.
So, you know, everyone's different. So when it came to me, I have my martial arts experience and law enforcement, military experience, and life experience, you know.
Yep.
So I use that, but I've also learned different skills, you know, coming in here through other coordinators, through other guys. So there are, you know, people that offer classes and training and stuff like that. I've done a little bit of it, but I don't train like I should. I do more of my own home personal training, working out, stuff like that. So, I mean, I know where I fit in this business.
Yeah.
So I sharpen those skills, you know, like I can do fighting. I'm more of a dirty grizzly fighting, but but if we have an actual fight scene you got to do, I can do it.
Yeah, like a full blown choreography. Yep.
Oh, yeah.
You've been on. You did like John Wick, right? Weren't you in one of John Wick's?
Yes.
Yep. And then I seen you. I seen you on Luke Cage. I seen that scene. That's why I text you. I was like, I see you with Method Man. So
yeah, a lot of people don't realize I was a twin on Luke Cage.
Yeah.
I'm the first person to die on that show.
Yeah.
I watched Luke Cage over the very first 10 minutes of the show. I'm the first one to die.
When they're in the jail?
No. When they're doing an arms deal in the beginning where Cottonmouth was talking.
Oh yeah. I do remember that. Yep.
Yeah, they had the little Easter egg with the hammer tech and all that stuff. I'm doing the deal and I get shot. You know, and then they have the flashback scene. They show me again.
Yep.
But then I come back as somebody else. Somebody on YouTube pointed it out. He was like, "Yo, didn't that guy die in the beginning?" And I was like,
"Yeah, I died already, but they wanted me back."
No, I was like, "It wasn't me. It was the coordinator. Was like, it was his twin brother." I was like, "Yeah, it's my twin."
See,
with that.
That's a good solution to that one. That's what's up, though. I mean, you got 2 episodes. I was
in about 4 episodes of Luke Cage.
In Luke Cage, the one I distinctly remember was the Method Man one, though, because that's the one you was in there with him.
That's the one everyone actually seen me in.
Yeah.
That's when I got to act. I was an actor in that one. The other one, I did a lot of stunts on the other episode. So like there was stuff where I was doing stunt work where you could tell it was me. Because I broke my collarbone working on Luke Cage.
Damn. See, that's another question. So when you're doing all that stuff, there's obviously a level of danger because you're actually going through all that stuff. And I remember distinctly when you were talking about that, which made a lot of sense. And I don't know why they haven't done it yet, is having like an Oscar for stunt work. You know what I mean? Like the stuntmen that do that, like a lot of the stunt, like put it like this, there's not a lot of Tom Cruises out there and Jackie Chan's where they're doing their own stunts. So there's a lot of guys that have put their bodies at risk, and you've seen the stunt, you're like, oh my God, that's great. But they don't get no recognition. You know what I mean? So I thought that was a great idea. That was a great idea.
I think it's probably going to take Tom Cruise to win an Oscar for him to give or something like he did for him to really shout us out, because Tom Cruise loves stunt people. I mean, there's a lot of actors that really shout us out now, like Brad Pitt, for instance. When he did Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, he made a big statement regarding stunt people and what they do and how we don't get recognized for what we do.
Yeah, I don't get it. It's kind of like when you said that, I was like, wait a minute, they don't have an award for stuntmen or stunt women. They don't. That's like not even relevant. And that's a huge chunk of a movie. If you ever look at the credits, it's like there's more stunt people than there are regular cast or anything else.
I mean, if you take stunts out of a movie, like, and I use this example because I think it won an Oscar. Was the Mad Max Fury Road?
Yep.
If you take all stunts out of that movie, it's just 2 people in the desert. They ain't even really driving because the stunt guys are the ones doing all the driving. So it's just 2 people that's all dirty in the desert. That's what you got. You get nothing.
Yeah. That's what's up, though. Hopefully, maybe stuff like this and other interviews that you do and other stuntmen, like you said, if Tom Cruise wins one and he does a shout out while he's getting it or something, maybe they'll think about it. To me, it's like common sense. It should be another category.
Either that or I gotta win with myself, and then I gotta
you gotta handle it. Take it upon yourself.
Hey, if I get the opportunity, I absolutely will.
Here we go. Going into that, what is your greatest challenge as a stunt person? Like, what do you think is the greatest challenge as a stunt person?
For me, I would say staying in shape, because you got to. my weight, me personally, my weight fluctuates. So like last year, I think I was probably in the best shape of my life in a while. But I had a lot of stuff happen last year, and I didn't get to the gym, so I kind of gained weight, especially with the baby. When I had a new baby and all that stuff, and that
baby hisses. Yeah.
So now
congratulations
I'm in my
to that.
bro. Thank you.
Congratulations.
So now I got to get back to where I was, but that, and then you get older. When you get older, you know,
it's hard.
There's so many. Yeah, you can hit the ground so many times before you be like, all right, now you ain't get the shot yet, you know.
Yeah, we done yet? Yeah, last take.
But there's still coordinators like today. I'm working on Law and Order, and I had an easy job. The guy was stunt driving today. And I was working with a coordinator that hired me on my second job, which was Gotham. He hired me for Law and Order, but I was also working with another coordinator who was working as a stunt performer, and he was driving as well. So it was just like, you know, the stunt coordinators, they still get out there and get dirty. You know, I've seen them hit the ground, and they're older now. They don't have to; they do it because they want to. Yeah. But it's, you know, they ain't gonna do it too much though. You see the older ones, they're like, all right.
Yeah, you get that one a couple takes. I show you that it looks good, and then they keep it moving. Yeah. Out of the acting part, because like I said, we have both aspects with you. Because now I've seen you in a lot of acting stuff. In the beginning, it was like you were doing stunts, and I would see you like here and there, and then I started seeing you like on a lot of shows. Obviously, there's some new stuff that you're working on, which is amazing. We talked about that off camera. But what do you
talk about?
Do you want to talk about it?
I mean, I can talk about it. I just can't show that.
Can't show it.
Particular image was a spoiler. Yeah.
Okay, so we'll wait to another question. That's the next question.
Okay.
So this question, who is your favorite actor and how did they inspire you?
You know, I thought about that. It's hard to say now because everyone had the same answer once upon a time. You had Denzel, Will Smith. You know, these are all actors who I still look up to today, but it's hard. I can't really say there's an actor right now that I can think of off the top of my head that I'm like, you know what, you got a movie in bid, I gotta go see it. Because right now, I mean, everyone to me is like, I don't know, everyone is very talented in their own lane, but there's no one right now that I can say that I'm like, yo, I gotta
go see him.
Yeah. I you know, I don't know. I haven't. Maybe somebody might shock me, but I don't know. I mean, I've watched people do amazing performances, and I'm just like, yo, that's great. Good for them. You know, I want to do something now.
Yeah.
I love the people I work with. I work with Law and Order, Christopher Maloney. Now, I've worked with him before.
Yep.
Right. I worked with him with Happy. So I got to see two versions of him. I got to see him be Stabler, and I got to see him be the character from Happy. Now, him as Stabler is completely different from Happy Stabler. You know, Happy, and in his real life, they're all fit, but in real life, he's a mix of both of them. Because he's very silly.
Yeah, because you got to have it, right? That's what they say. Like most people and other actors, they would agree that you have to have that character in you to play it, especially if you play that character well. That's something that's already
it's already there.
Yeah. That's what's up.
But it was already there. If you seen Harold and Kumar go to White Castle, it was in there.
Yeah. Like, that's why when I saw the trailer to Happy, that I was like, that'd be a character. That's a good character for him to play. You know what I mean? I think especially with him, he's at the level where you can kind of go a little bit off, but everyone recognizes him as Stabler, so he's gonna kind of stay in that lane because that's a money maker. You know what I mean? How do you feel about like typecast and stuff like that? How do you feel about that?
I mean, I'm actually getting more work not being typecast nowadays. Okay. Because I felt like I was getting typecast. You know, even in stunts you get typecast because I mean it pays the bills. I don't mind that. I'm always thug one or a villain or bad guy. You know what I'm saying? But that pays the bills, so I don't mind. But when it comes to acting, I am happy that I'm getting different roles where I'm not always just the bad guy. Yeah. So when I got to actually be a bad guy and for a full episode, I enjoyed it. So I will say I want to do a little more bad guy work. You know. Okay. If I get typecast as a bad guy for a while, I'm fine with that because then it'll give me an opportunity to say, all right, and do something different and then surprise them. You know?
Yeah. Because they already associate you like Oh, he's that guy. Oh yeah, he always plays the bad guy. Oh wait a minute, like I never saw him play a good guy like that. Or like another character, a doctor, or something a period piece. So what's up? That's what's up. So going into the next thing, like we talked about, what is your most current film or project, and how did you get involved with that? So now we can talk about this.
I just had stunt work wise. I just had Kaleidoscope. I was in that.
What's up?
On Netflix. Mm-hmm. End of this month, about the 27th. There's a show on Peacock coming called Poker Face.
Yep, I heard about that. We were talking about that on another show. Because Ryan Johnson.
Yes. Yeah. I play a lawyer in that one. I play a rock and roll lawyer, so I got like a nose ring and a suit on. And
There we go.
Yeah, except I'm not typecast, whole different character. And then in February, Wu-Tang season 3, I play a cop.
Okay.
In April, it was supposed to be in April. Walking Dead, Dead City.
Here we go.
So that was like the one I'm most excited for. Because I got to play a character actually in The Walking Dead. I play a character named Ritz, and I'm in 2 episodes.
That's what's up.
So that's why I said I couldn't show you because it's a spoiler. Yeah.
I can't. Like I said, I can't wait. I usually see the stuff. I'm like, yo, that's Dave. Okay, and I'll text you like I saw you. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
That's what's up though.
Right. I get random texts now from like when I did. It was weird. I did Real Sex. Remember Real Sex?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I did an episode of that. I did I did that like 15 years ago, maybe a little less than that.
And they'll see it now, probably on HBO Max or something.
I don't even know. I got to check now, but I get a text like, "Yo, was that you on Real Sex?" And I'm like, "Yeah,
yeah."
Yeah, it was.
Yep. That's what's up. I mean, work is work.
Dead. Yeah. And then I got what's it, Apple TV? I got a couple on there. I got one with Tom Holland called Crowded Room.
Okay.
And, I went to Baltimore. Oh, another one called Lady in the Lake with Moses Ingram and Natalie Portman.
That's what's up.
They had a small one. And a lot of different stuff, man. I was an FBI.
So I said, man.
Last year was crazy for me. It was bittersweet. I lost my mom last year, but my daughter was
Sorry
born.
about that. Yep.
Work just picked up crazy. It's like my mom was like, "Yo, my mother even said it in the year. She's like, yeah, it's gonna get crazy for you." And that's it. It got crazy. Yeah.
That's how God works sometimes. It's like that's the worst part about family, caring about people, is you lose them. But there's always a way to kind of like counteract that, and it sucks. And like I said, rest in peace. I'm sorry for your loss. And I feel that I like to see you. I like to see the people that I know progress in success. So hearing all this stuff is a blessing. That's awesome for you.
Yeah.
I just want more.
All that stuff came after.
Yeah, man.
It was crazy.
Yeah. See, she knew.
Like all of it came. Yeah. So she was like, yeah. But like as soon as my mom passed, a month later, my daughter was born, and then just worked. Like even when I started doing Walking Dead while 2 days before my wife went into labor. So I had makeup tests and all that stuff. To make sure I would look good under the cameras first. I was makeup test. So we did that, and then I was like, I might be here on Monday, depending on if my wife had the baby. That same night, they had the baby. So when I came back to work on Monday, she was like a Walking Dead. Everybody was the talker instead. Did you have the baby? So it was cool.
Yeah, that's what's up, man.
So I got to work with what's his name? The Walking Dead Island Dead City is basically the spinoff with Negan and Maggie.
Yeah, Negan. Yeah.
Yeah, I got to work with them. And Gaius Charles, who's the main guy, new guy on there.
The new guy, yeah. I mean, like, unfortunately for me, with the show, with The Walking Dead, I watched it all the way up until they killed off Glenn.
Bro, that's the thing.
It's no spoiler at this point because it's been years, but I'm like,
no.
Like, once they killed off Glenn, and that was when Negan first came in. I watched a couple.
the spinoff kind of like it kind of like you wonder like why are they together? Why are they in the show together each other? But I yeah, same with me. Like once they killed Glenn, I was like, oh come on, bro.
Yeah, I was like, nah, that's my guy.
But then when Rick left, I was like, I'm done. That's it.
Yeah, I'm done. Yeah, I would watch it here and there, and then when I heard, I think I watched that episode when Rick, they kind of left it like you don't know. I don't even know if it I don't. Yeah, they killed Carl, and then it was kind of like, you know, they had a couple characters. And I was like, if they keep Rick, I might still watch it. So I would watch it here and there, but I didn't like was consistent. Like me and my wife, Tosh, we would watch it and we were up to par. And then when we saw Glenn, we were like, I mean, it was a great episode, great ending to him, but like terrible.
I think that was probably one of the biggest episodes of that show.
Yeah, I think definitely because it was just like they were like, wait, what? He got killed, and then it was like wildfire.
They teased it for like 2 episodes.
Yeah,
they kept teasing his death. You know, they're like, you thought he died in the dumpster. I'm like, oh, they teased it. Like, then he killed the other dude. I'm like,
yeah,
but but you know they bringing Rick back though, right?
That's what I heard. I think I heard that he was just saying that they didn't want to kill him or make it seem like he died or whatever, but they were saying like he was just kind of like done with it. He wanted to do some other stuff, which is, I guess, an artist.
Well, no, he said that, and he said he wanted to spend time with his kids. He said he said his kids were growing up, and he didn't get to even be with them because he was doing the show.
It's true.
So now he came back for this fan justice, to do that. Mm-hmm. So hey, that's dope.
I mean, at a certain point, as an artist, I think in the beginning was probably like, okay, I like this character. They didn't know where it was going to go. Then it started being like, oh, he's going to get some bread from this because if you don't have Rick, you really don't got no show. And then it was like, okay, now you got these other characters, and then he's losing his time with his kids, his family. It's like, okay, what am I doing? So yeah, it is what it is. Good for him that he was able to do that, and then they left the space for him to come back. So hopefully we'll see him. That was my guy. Besides Glenn. Yeah.
True.
So the last question is, what is your dream film or project, and who would direct it?
Dream film or project is hard because I got like my own stuff that I want to do. I mean,
you can put it out there. That's what shout out.
Well, yeah. I mean, but the thing is, I got more than one project that I want to do. So the one that used to be my dream project now kind of like spawned into a series now, a series of films rather. Okay. Because basically, I used to be, like I said, I used to be a bounty hunter, private investigator. So one thing I definitely know is that part of my life and how I did that part of my life. Like I've always been an actor in my mind, but just period. Even when I was a private investigator, I was acting.
You gotta play the role. Yep.
I locked people up where they didn't know who the hell I was because I was in character. And like I one time, perfect example, I was riding with this white dude in the car, and I'm like, yo, if we go through the hood, they're gonna know who we ain't looking at.
Yeah.
Bald, he got these bald top, got the gray hair on the side, mustache, glasses, vest on the outside with the gun on your side. They're gonna know who you are. So I'm like, do me a favor. I said, I turned this radio to Hot 97. That's the I turned it up. I called the guy on my cell phone, and I'm like, yo, where you at? Oh, I'm walking down the block. All right, be right there. He didn't say who this or nothing.
Yeah.
Hung up the phone. I told dude, I'm like, don't get out the car. I jumped out, got dude right there. Dude had pizza in his head. He didn't even know what was going on. So it was always a part of my acting. But my dream film is like I have I'm a very big fan of film noir.
Okay.
And neo noir.
So, neo noir. Yeah.
Like I love like film noir is good, but to me, in my mind, to create something like that now, it would have to be a neo noir style. So films like Driver with Ryan Gosling. Yeah. There's a new one I started watching on Amazon Prime, Too Old to Die Young.
Okay.
Bro.
Okay.
I watched the first episode of that. It took 20 minutes for you to really get into actual dialogue in the film because how they filmed it. And I'm like, yo, I love this. Yeah. Because it was all these long moments of just character development. You're just sitting there watching somebody, like the guy's on his phone. and you're just watching this for a good minute. You're like, what the hell?
Like, what is
But the music in the background, you see stuff going on in the background, and you're like, you're engaged, and then it goes to another scene, and there's like limited dialogue, but you know how that neo-noir style is, even with the lighting, it's low lighting, but light enough that you can see characters, neons in the back. So I have a film that I'm working. I just really started focus on writing it because of I know some messed up shit that happened in my life. So I know a lot. Like I've had personal experiences that I can write about and translate the film into a type of mystery detective thing that was real, something that I really had to deal with, that I can say based off actual events. Shit that I had to do, and dealing with the police, NYPD to be specific, and their lack of, they sucked, but they were at their job at the time. I'm not gonna say all of them, but those particular guys. Yeah. But it'll be that, and the director, it's hard to say because I've worked with so many great directors, so it's hard to find a director in my mind right now who I feel can capture that.
Okay.
I think more so I might even go on an indie route because I know there's a director named that I've worked with.
Shout out.
Yeah, I'll give him a shout out because he's dope. What he does, his name is Nimi Hendrix. He's from North, where I'm from, basically. I'm in Jersey City now, but his name is Nimi Hendrix. They call him the film guy.
Okay.
We did a web series called Red Dot. So their film crew is called SSMP, Secret Society Motion Pictures. Now, I haven't worked with these guys for years, so I ain't paying any of this shit. But I'm just giving
That's all
his credit. Yeah, but he's dope what he does, and he's cocky, but he can get that because he is good. So
good. Yeah, you can get away with
it. I would, and I know him, and like there's a guy named Identity and Ishel. Those three guys, they work together, but I feel like if they came together as a team and they understood what I was trying to do for a film, they could capture that because they're directors, but they shoot as well. Okay. So if I was to go that route, I would go an independent route. I would go with them. But if I had to choose an actual like known director, I don't really know. Okay. I mean, it's like this, right? Like as an actor, we always get into like the habit of, at least in my experience, it was kind of like you like acting, and then you start seeing the director's chair, and you're like, if I can try that, and then you start writing, and you're like, the idea of just the creation, and then seeing the back end, and then being part of the front, and then part of the back, it kind of gives you the overall aspect of what it takes to make a project. So when I always ask actors, especially because you get it from all different angles, who would be your favorite, director to direct it? It could be as simple as somebody that nobody knows because they don't know them yet. You know what I mean? They don't know what they're capable of. Right. So that to me is like, that's awesome. Hopefully, you put it into fruition, you put it out into the universe, and it gets done. Let me know if you need anybody. I'm always down. Hey, I know I will.
Plug it in. But any of the ideas that come up like that is something for me. I always want to push that. You get that stuff done because the reality is that no one will know about it until you do it. You do it for you. Right. So definitely get it done, and if you need anything, let me know. That's what's up.
Definitely will. I definitely will.
Okay. So we're gonna get into the shotgun questions now. So these are like more personal questions for your favors, like what you like, your preferences on certain things. So like for instance, if I ask you, hot hamburgers or hot dogs, you would say
hamburgers.
There you go. So like somebody would be like, oh, he likes hamburgers or hot dogs. That's it. Yeah. And you can elaborate on it if you want, but it's you can be as simple as, oh, I like this, I like that. All right?
Right. All right.
Cool. So the first one, which is a better franchise, Lakers or Celtics?
Lakers.
Okay.
So I was Celtics and Lakers. I would have said been tied when I was younger because we had Magic, had Larry Bird. But now I don't know anybody really from the Celtics. I don't follow basketball like that, but I do know the Lakers pretty good. So I would say Lakers.
Yeah, I used to be my favorite. My favorite team was the Bulls for years because they had Jordan, obviously. And then
I was a real Bulls fan back in the day when you had Jordan, Pippen, Kukoc,
all them, Rodman.
TJ Armstrong, Cartwright, Rodman, all of them. Yo, I was a real fan back then, but
now it's like I don't even really follow it. The only other team that I followed, other than the Bulls, was the Lakers. So I'm always going to be a Lakers fan. And I figured like at some point you got to choose. Some people they like, oh, I like this and like that, like both teams. I'm like, nah, I'll just pick one. I'll just stick to it.
Yeah, if I had to choose now, it would be if I had to choose a team between Golden State and the Lakers because I do like Curry, you know.
Yeah, that's what's up. Going into basketball, better player, Michael Jordan or Kobe Bryant?
Ooh.
I can't give you all the easy ones. I gotta give you something. Tread lightly.
That's a hard question to answer. I can't really answer that because it's two different eras.
I mean, it's like if you had Jordan in his prime and Kobe in his prime, which one you going with?
If I gotta go with in their prime, I'm going with Jordan.
Okay.
Because I've seen, Jordan in his prime back when he played in North Carolina and stuff like that. I saw Kobe when he first came on the scene, but I wasn't following Kobe like that because I think Shaq was out at the same time Kobe came out.
Yep.
I was following Shaq because Shaq is from Newark. So I was watching what Shaquille O'Neal was doing more than Kobe. I heard a lot about Kobe, but I followed Shaq.
No.
But I gotta go with Jordan.
Go with Jordan. All right. You can't really go wrong with either one of them. So.
Right, you're right.
Favorite or better artist? Okay, better artist overall. Prince or Michael Jackson?
Michael Jackson, my personal opinion. I like Prince, but I'm a bigger Michael Jackson fan than Prince.
Okay.
Like, I remember when Thriller came. I remember watching it when I was a kid. I don't know. I think it came out a little before I was born, though.
Yeah. I mean, if you're an '80s baby, you saw all that. You saw Michael Jackson is like a part of the DNA, for the most part. But the same thing goes if you are a musician. I think if you were a musician, I think you focus more with Prince. Maybe.
True. Yeah. Because Prince played, he played instruments where Michael Jackson he just sing and he danced. Like I still got the original Thriller album. My mom
hold on to that.
Yeah.
Hold on to that one.
I got it.
Okay, there we go. Team Marvel or Team DC? And it doesn't mean the cinematic universe either.
I'm Marvel all the day, bro. I've been Marvel. Yeah, even comic books. Like I'm a huge comic book fan since I was a kid. So I've always been a Marvel fan. Though I have DC comics.
Yeah, of course.
I got some M's like the Death of Superman and all that stuff. But my mom put me on Marvel back in the day. So like Spider-Man was my guy back when I was a kid. And then X-Men. And then I learned about a lot of other characters. Like I got stuff in my office now, like these. I don't even know what they're even from, but it was like they're definitely from the '80s, and it has all the Marvel characters on there. But it's like on the front, it has like a profile shot of them. Okay, and it has all their stats, first appearances, and stuff like that. And there's characters in there who that I've had. Like I said, I've had this since I was a kid, and I'm like, yo, now they're translating into screen. Line down, all these characters that you would never imagine. And I mean, I have to give them credit. A lot of times, when people talk about, when I ask that question, if they're not a comic book, like I'm a comic book fan too. I'm a DC fan. Batman is my favorite character of all time, so I had to stay with DC. I do. I mean, on DC side, I will say Batman is my number one.
Yeah, on Marvel side, it was Hulk. Hulk was always my favorite, and then Black Panther. It was Hulk, Black Panther. Then Captain, and then like Spider-Man. Spider-Man was later on. I like his comics. I think Spider-Man he's like the Batman of Marvel. He's got the most the most creative villains. So you can literally like make anything out of him. Right. Superman got boring because it's like he only fights aliens and super stuff, and then Batman's got like his rogue gallery is crazy. So like that was like the balance on the other side. So I got Spider-Man comics, and then I got a lot of Batman stuff, but a lot of people, when I ask that question, they always relate it to the cinematic universe. And I always tell them, like, it's not the movies. Marvel did it right when they did the movies. But you can see now, it's kind of like they kind of shot their shot kind of thing. It's like, you can see that it's like a decline.
It's starting to fall off a little bit.
Yeah, right? But, there's still some people, they got Kang coming and like, they start.
That's what I think. I feel like with Kang coming, they can correct a lot of things they want to correct. So
Yeah.
like they don't like what fans didn't like about certain things. Kang Dynasty thing could change that and alter things. So they're like, because now you can say, well, that wasn't the real guy. We go with this universe guy. So like, for example, did you see She-Hulk?
Yeah. I wasn't too much big of a fan. It wasn't to me. It didn't give Danders the whole, like, it had the comedy part of it, but it wasn't like super funny to me. And then it had too much of like the woke stuff. It was just kind of like you don't you don't need to put down a male character to uplift a female character. In my
with Hulk, right?
Yeah, it's like she's already a dope character. You don't have to like put down the Hulk to make her better. And it's kind of like they didn't really do it. I don't know. They just messed it up.
They made like the whole fight scene was unnecessary. I felt like they could have did that a different way.
Yeah.
And then but there were things that I liked about it, but the thing that I disliked the most was at the very end when they were at the cookout. And Hulk came in and introduced his son.
Yeah.
Because you skipped a whole entire storyline right there.
And don't even know what the hell's going on. There's so much depth to that, why he has a son in the comics. Like, there's so much more that he did that you can see. So I don't know if they're gonna elaborate on that, maybe in like another Hulk movie.
Yeah.
You know, I would imagine they would do something to kind of correct it, but I don't know.
They're definitely doing that, because I think it's all just me speculating. I think it's all going to splinter off from the result of the Thunderbolts, because like Captain, the Thunderbolts about
of course.
So I think with the Thunderbolts, even though the actor that played General Ross passed away, they're going to recast.
They're going to try to get Harrison Ford.
That's what. Hopefully,
I mean, he'd be dope. He'd be dope to add. They got what's his name? What's his name? Why am I coming to a blank? The guy that played the general in Winter Soldier, the bad guy that played the
Robert Redford.
Robert Redford, yeah. I'm like, they got him.
Yeah. Bro, when you saw Robert Redford, then you see Ben Kingsley. I'm like,
they got like names. Like, these are serious theologians. Like, they're in the movie. Like, okay, so that's what I think that's what a lot of people, they took it seriously when they started being in stuff. They're like, okay, if they're putting their name on it or stamping their name on a project, that means it ain't no trash. You know what I mean? And they already accumulated enough money at that point and exposure, but then they started taking it serious.
Also, that most of the cinema nowadays or shows are revolved around the superhero genre.
Now, it used to be like a nerd thing.
Right, man. You used to get
clown people, and then you'd be like reading your comics and like looking around.
Well, I ain't do that. I'm like, you can try me if you want.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like now you got Robert De Niro in the Joker movie. You know what I'm saying? You know, that's a comic book movie. It don't matter how you put it. It's a comic movie. He's in there. So like, you got the big ones going in these films. That means that's when more money coming to it, you know. But I think, you're a DC fan, so you like the DC films. Like, what do you think about?
I put it like this: I don't like the DC films. I'm a DC fan of comics. Nah, I think they did it wrong when they tried to do something different than Marvel. I think they were too big on like, we got to be different than Marvel, so we're gonna do another. I mean, they could have been successful, but they didn't. They weren't successful. So that puts like a asterisk on the whole universe. I think they could have just started with Superman, and they could have got Batman. They could have got Wonder Woman, do the trilogy or Trinity, and then open it up to the other characters the same way they did Marvel. It would have been more of an impact. They got enough. The IPs that they have over at DC, everybody knows their IPs are bigger. Like Superman's. There's not anything. No one doesn't know Superman on the planet Earth. You know what I mean? Batman is another one, and Wonder Woman. Those three, like, even if you're not a fan of DC, you know them. You know what I mean? So it's kind of like, if you got Ant-Man making almost $1 billion in a movie,
that's the thing. These dudes are good at bringing these underdog characters and making them spotlight characters. So that's what I was going to ask you. Do you think James Gunn can fix can say you.
I don't know if he can fix it. I trust him that he's going to be a creative. It's different when you're talking about like business, because like I like Zack Snyder's rendition. I think that they tried to make him a Kevin Feige, and he's not a Kevin Feige. He's a director, like, and he likes to stay in that lane. A Kevin Feige is like a person that can see the huge picture and kind of get the pieces to get that. Zach was like, this is my vision, but I'm not thinking about the whole universe. I'm thinking about where do we go with these characters for this type of 3 movies that I'm making. And I think they kind of like tried to suck him in, and then they were trying to like get the Feige, but it was a mess. You can see it. You know what I mean? You see it. And then they got the same thing like this last thing with Dwayne. I took the family, we had fun for my birthday. We went to go see Black Adam. I thought the movie was great. It wasn't a well done movie, but it was fun. You know, it sufficed for a comic book fan, not for a movie fan. You know what I mean? And the money showed. So it's like
thoughts on that. See, I was a huge Rock fan growing up as a kid because I'm part Samoan, so I had some.
Okay, yeah.
I won't say was because I still am a fan of his work, but he became to me like a lot of actors have when you start seeing him in everything.
Yeah, it's over.
And you're like, all right. It becomes like for me, Denzel is an example. When I started seeing Denzel in a lot of different roles, and I'm like, all right, to me, that was Denzel in every role because his laugh was the same. He acted the same. Until I saw him do something other, then I'm like, okay, but for the most part, you see Denzel, he's always the same. The only time I've seen him in a different type of character that I felt was more of a comedic role was with him with Mark Wahlberg. 2 Guns.
Oh yeah, 2 Guns. So, yeah.
But The Rock, you got him doing everything, action, comedy, this and that. So him going into Black Adam, I felt like he had passion behind the project, but to me, he didn't look like Black Adam.
Nah,
he looked like The Rock cosplay as Black Adam.
Yeah, and that
ears.
Yep, and that was a critique from the comic book fans. Like I said, like most of the comic book fans are like, yeah, it's a dope movie if you like the action. You know, the storyline wasn't great. The kid annoyed me. That the boy was like
that kid was annoying as hell.
So annoying. I was like, come on, bro. Like you didn't need. If he was out of the movie, it would have upped it a couple of points. But like the like you said, if you want to make a comic book movie for comic book fans, you make it comic book accurate. You know, he don't got the ears. He didn't have the hair. He had the character. Yeah, and then they didn't have there was no Shazam, nothing like Black Adam's the character off of Shazam. You have to build up.
That's his enemy.
Yeah. Right. So like you don't have any connection. So it's kind of like, what are you doing? That's what I mean. The overall picture. They didn't have a Kevin Feige to say, okay, we're gonna do this. And yeah, Rock, you're gonna play him. We got to get him the right way. Even if he was bald, he didn't have the hair, the ears, nothing. But they built up to Black Adam. You know what I thought they were gonna do? I thought they were gonna do a Shazam movie, and at the end of Shazam 2, Shazam needs Superman for something, and then you see Superman and Shazam fight Black Adam, and that's Shazam 3. And then they could have done like a Black Adam like prequel and all that other stuff, but. I don't know. Like I said,
the Rock didn't want it. The Rock didn't want it. He didn't want. He turned down the cameo for Shazam because he wanted just that. I mean, like I felt like he just was too.
Yeah.
Much. I mean, I don't know. He took the cancellation as it is. He was like, you know what? Hey, we can't win them all.
Yeah.
Because he's done some. But me, I kind of need something different from him.
Yeah,
I need him to be a bad.
Yeah, and maybe like I said, he's at the point now where he can basically choose any character. Right. And, if he's not the number 1 actor in Hollywood, probably not now because of Black Adam turnout, but like he is definitely up top 5.
I think he's still up there, probably.
Yeah, right. Yeah. I think he's probably number 1, but
he probably still is. I don't think Black.
Nah, I mean like the box office. Obviously, he made his money throughout because he was producing and all that other stuff. But like. Yeah, you know what I mean? Like in terms of like star power, yeah, he's still there. He's in everything. He has everything going on. So, but I would like to see him do something. Yeah, see him do something that is different. and then really push his acting chops. You know what I mean? Like you said, every movie I see him in, I just see The Rock.
He's only played a bad guy once that I can remember, and that was in Doom.
Yeah, but it was kind of like a funny bad guy. It wasn't serious. Like I didn't take him seriously.
It wasn't too serious.
Nah, I didn't take him seriously.
It wasn't too serious, but he was still the bad guy of the film. So that's as most you got as a bad guy. I think he could play a dope bad guy.
Yeah, like a big ass boss. You got to fight and something like. Yeah, I think he would be good.
Yeah. He needs to play the badass. Like if Hobbs was bad.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's a perfect role for him. Like a training day for The Rock. Like a bad version. You know what I mean? Like that's the same reason why we looked at Denzel. Like, oh, we've always seen you the good guy, protagonist, saves it, but you never really seen him. Like he's crooked. Like I mean, he was really bad.
Right,
so it's like, all right, like, I feel you. Okay. We like I said, we gonna talk off camera. We gonna talk about and get on that. The last question, before we close, is a scenario question. Okay, so you go to a bar, you get a drink, somebody bumps into you or something, and they want to fight you. Okay, there's two other people at the bar. You get to choose one of them. Your opponent gets to choose the other. Takes the other person. Okay, so it's 2-on-2. Are you going with Clubber Lang or Mike Tyson?
Mike Tyson.
Okay.
Mike Tyson, bro. That's easy. Like Clubber Lang ain't cool and all. But he ain't no Tyson, bro.
See? I mean, like Tyson's the real thing. I
didn't see Tyson talk a dude with a gun down while sitting in his seat.
Yeah.
Without even doing nothing. He whispered. I don't know what he whispered to my man there, but my man gave the gun up and walked away. So Tyson all day. Because Tyson could probably defuse the situation before it get worse. But if it get to that point, and all I do is let him do his thing. Let the big dog do his thing. You know, I'm gonna just sit back. You know.
What's up? That's what's up. Yeah, I'm more of a Tyson fan. I always give like different scenarios with different people, different fighters. Like at one time I said Conor McGregor versus like a Floyd Mayweather or Nick Diaz, somebody that he fought. But the idea is just to see the perception and why. You know, and I've seen people go either way. So that's what's up. Me, I'm always gonna go with Tyson. I think Tyson's probably one of the best on earth ever born for multiple reasons. And if anything ever took off, I know he ain't gonna like hold nothing back. He's the one like he can break his legs and arms. He's still gonna try to bite your legs.
Right. So, Tyson's on my burn list. Like I have to meet him. I have what they call a burn list. A bunch of people who I want to smoke with.
Mm-hmm.
He's like number 3 on my list. But I just want to meet him personally. I want to just have a conversation. Always
his mind.
Yeah.
What's up?
I don't even want to talk about boxing. I know you get to talk about that all the time.
Yeah, all the time.
Like, what's your favorite leech? You know, ask him something like that.
Yeah.
Like what kind of pigeons you like?
Mm-hmm. And I bet you he'd be probably like intrigued. Like, oh, for real? You really want to know that? Most people, they want to know about the boxing and how you train and all that stuff. So that's what's up.
I don't fight. I don't box.
Yeah, I don't box.
I can watch plenty. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I watch YouTube videos for all that, man. Like, I want to know about you, like what
you
like, bro.
That's what I said. It's a good thing sometimes. That's even the breakdown of my show is like you get the professional end and you get the personal end. You know what I mean? A lot of times people don't know like the personal parts of people, what makes you you. You know what I mean? And like I said, like, for the people that have seen you in shows and they've watched your career, I watched your career. We did stuff like years ago, and then I saw you do like shows, and then I saw you doing like movies, and I'm now you're like you're acting versus the stunting thing, and you're doing both and back and forth. So it's like I get to see that and to pick your mind about some of the things that motivate you or make you who you are. Like we touched on a couple of things, but you know it's the same thing. You know what I mean? It's a great thing to see what makes somebody. You know, that makes them different. It's not always like the place that they're at in their life either. You know what I mean? Like it's you get to know how they are. So yeah. So to close, where can people find you on social media, on the internet, if they want to get in touch with you, stuff like that?
On I gotta look at. I always mess up my Instagram, so I gotta look at the right handle because I had to change it to a certain way. So it's _ David Chen _
Okay.
And on Twitter, it's been the same. It's actor David Chen on Twitter.
David Chen. Yep. Okay.
So yeah.
So, and they get you on IMDb, right? They can find you on IMDb.
Yeah, on IMDb. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Facebook, same thing. David Chen, but there's a few. David Chen is a very common name.
But they'll see. I think for all your pictures, you're in them, right?
Well,
one of them I thought was like
a picture. It's a portrait that my wife got me of my mother, my wife, my mother, and my 2 girls. So that's my profile picture right now
on Facebook.
But on Twitter, on Twitter is funny because somebody just called me out about it. It's a picture of me, but I'm smoking a blunt. So it's like, and I have all hair. I got my hair's all grown out, so there's like smoke around me. And the walk. So I've been getting a little action on Twitter from The Walking Dead. I guess somebody's been like looking up the cast of Walking Dead, and they found me on Twitter. Now people like follow me, and then so somebody was like, "Yeah, that's our man. He's smoking the blunt in the picture." And I was like,
"Yeah, let's keep that one up."
I'm like, "Do I need to change that picture?" I'm like,
"Nah, keep it up."
I'm in Jersey.
You never know where that leads. You know what I mean? You never know where that leads. So that's what's up.
Honestly, I credit the reason why I have some of the jobs. The reason why my first acting job. On camera is because of sharing a blunt with Michael K. Williams.
See, that's what.
and I was working background. I was a background actor. He walked up on me, and we shared a blunt. And he came back the same day, and we smoked for the next 2 months together on the show. Night of.
Okay.
With him and Lord Jamal. So I was cool with him for years up until the time he passed. So he referred me to the stunt coordinator on there who hired me for Blind Spot, and I got my first on-camera job for that.
Yeah,
so, like you said, you never know where to lead to.
I mean, but it's you being you. It ain't like you're making something else. You know what I mean? That's the beauty with all like artistry. When you meet other people that are like you, you'll find all different people's walks of life, and you don't know what your other skills are going to play a part in, like maybe they're doing. Like I said, you got projects going on. You know, if you need something from me, I can, I'll help you where you need help with.
Absolutely.
And then, people like you said, you got stunt people, sound, which is crazy. CGI. You don't know how you're going to interact later on in everybody's career. You know what I mean? So it's
right.
It's just you meeting people and then
I definitely meet a lot of people along the way.
Yeah. So that's what's up. All right, bro. I appreciate you being on my show. Like I said,
thank you for having me.
let me know about what's going on. I keep track of your shows and try to promote. Make sure you send me the links to anything that's going on that you want to shoot out, because I'm gonna put it on the YouTube and then the Facebook, same thing. And then like I said, just I pray that more blessings of success for everybody that I work with. So I want to see you in a couple of new things. Keep it moving, keep it working, bro.
Oh, yeah, you will.
All right. Till next time. Make sure you share, subscribe, like. I'll see you all in the next video. Peace.